So if you're going to hunt out west, and like I explained before, probably your animal of choice is going to be an elk. You know, that's what we have to offer in every state out west. You can usually get a tag. You need to definitely get into the drawing system and investigate where you can hunt elk in the west. There's always states like Idaho, Oregon, Colorado that you can get an over-the-counter tag. But that's for the archery. Most people, when they hunt elk, they're going to want to hunt them during the bugling season, the mating season, which is in mid-September. So definitely investigate where you can get a tag. But once you get that tag, you know, not only is your gear, your camouflage, your scent control critical, but really calling is critical. And as you folks know, it's really like hunting a giant turkey. You know, you can call the animals in, they're breeding. So know your calls and know what you're saying when you use that call, because these elk definitely know what they're saying. So I'll give you a couple instances, a couple examples of, say, a cow call, a bugle, and keep in mind they have a language just like humans. So listen to tapes, whatever you need to listen to before you get in the elk woods. Because obviously from the west you don't have the advantage of us of going in and living with the elk and listening to them all year, but study them and know what you're saying, because you don't want to you know, make the wrong call when you're in a perfect situation and move those elk off. So I'll start with a couple of cow calls. And you'll notice I use a diaphragm call. Also, I'll have around my neck these two calls, and these come from a company that I call for, Rocky Mountain Hunting Calls. But you want to sound like a bunch of elk. I mean, elk are way more apt to come into a herd of elk than a single elk. So if you can be a variety of elk, kind of like an elk herd, and trust me, when you get into elk, you'll understand. They make a lot of noise, just like a flock of turkeys. When you're into 100 yards, they make a lot of noise. Elk are the same way, and they all sound different. And keep in mind, there's I'm here feeding, or I'm part of the herd, but then there's also elk calls that get into an estrus call. Study those calls and know what they mean, because when used in the right situation, they can really trigger a bull to where you need to get out of his way or shoot him because he's coming. But you'll find that the more nasally calls, a little drawn out nasally call is more of an estrus call, and the bulls really respond to that. But calls like that will get the elk triggered. Now, keep in mind, a lot of times, and the lure of elk hunting is the bugle. The show is what we call it, just like turkey hunting, you're there for the show. But bugling also, there's several different kind of bugles. You know, there's the bugle that, hey, good morning, I'm here, check me out. Is anybody else around? Then you have your, you know, I'm gathering up my cows and leaving. Or you have a challenge bugle. If you can get in a situation where you're using that challenge bugle, that really is one of the only ways to get a herd bull off of his cows. You know, if he has 20 or 30 cows, you know, why is he going to go check out another guy that wants to scrap him, fight him for those 30 cows, when he can just take them and leave and have them to himself? So I'll give you a couple of bugles, one being just a location bugle, which you want to be long and loud. And out west, you're broadcasting to huge mountain ranges. I mean, you're going to broadcast 2 or 3 miles probably, and you can actually hear that elk that far away. Now, he's probably not going to come to you that far away, but at least it's going to give you a location and a direction. And you'll see that's just pretty long, high-pitched, and drawn out. Not challenging or anything like that. That bull, he's going to respond whether he's going to, you know, wanting to fight you or come or not, but at least you're going to know there's a bull in the neighborhood and you can head towards him. Now, Once you get him in tight, he starts challenging you. You have to push him a little bit maybe and get him in a situation where he's gonna fight for his cows. You can start using some challenge stuff. You know, the grunts and stuff like that is kind of challenging. But truly knowing what you're saying, and one thing that works really well if you get hung up on elk, bull elk, is they really get offended if you start raking. Raking is like a huge challenge to them. And if you can get a branch, or if you have an antler, another elk antler, and get up against a pine tree or something like that and just make a bunch of noise. Don't worry about making noise, but elk make a lot of noise. So you can get away with a lot of movement in the woods as long as you're wearing some good gear and you get close. And once you get close and he's giving you a challenge bugle, just, I mean, blow it right back at him and just make him commit. And you'll see that this challenge bugle has a lot more aggression in it. And he's getting really serious about, hey, you know, if you really feel like you want to fight me, I'm the biggest guy on the block, you might not want to come in here. And just challenge him, and trust me, you'll have more fun doing that. And talk about, you know, having the hair on the back of your neck raised up. It's the funnest thing you'll ever do.